This is the ETBU Coaches Show. I'm Mark T. Robinson. You know the drill. This is head men's soccer coach Chris Crawford, and two big W's this past week. Coach, your team did very, very well, starting off with a shutout of Belhaven on Thursday, 2-0, and then a big-time win, 1-0 against Louisiana College, kind of in clutch fashion. I was a little nervous on the edge of my seat for most of that match. So just kind of talk to us about your perspective, what you saw on the sidelines, just watching your team going 2-0 this past week.
Yeah, I think this week, looking back at both games, Belhaven, first half, I think we had a great game plan going into the game. Guys, defensively, we played very well. We limited Belhaven shots in the first half. And we defended as a unit. I think that also kind of hurt us a little bit in the first half. We were kind of stagnant offensively because we wanted to make sure we didn't put ourselves under and give up a goal. Talked to the guys at halftime, reassess some things, redesign some things, told them where the open areas were. In the second half, you saw us attack it. Second half, we've got a great goal from Max off of a set piece, and then Rudder off from Silas going down the side, getting a 2-0 lead going into the last couple minutes of that game. And the way our guys battled that whole game, but then the second half to close that game out and to give it a 2-0 win, that was a great thing going forward. And so it gave us a lot of confidence going ready for the next game on Saturday. We knew it was going to be the tale of two different games, both of them being on turf this past weekend. And then going into Saturday's game against Louisiana College, we knew it was going to be a different environment. It was probably the first time in my coaching career where we've had 3 games back to back to back on the same field with women's soccer, us, and then football. And so that was kind of it was interesting having a bunch of football players on the sidelines towards the end of that game at the same time. So I was like, can I get a couple of those guys to go in real quick? Yeah. But for our guys, Louisiana College, I mean, it's a tough area to play in, especially for soccer. The turf it's so hard. It bounces a lot. It's hard to get the ball and keep it on the ground. But we know you can as long as you get the ball and get a good first touch. And so it was a physical game. We had chances against Louisiana College that we got to capitalize on, but defensively we kept them away from the goal. We kept them from getting in dangerous areas. And so I'm really ecstatic how the guys played this weekend. Rudder got the game-winning goal off that one. Thomas got fouled in the box. And let Rudder step up and take it to give us a 1-0 lead. And so looking back at this weekend, defensively our guys played good. As you said, 2 shutouts. The guys worked together. They supported each other. They communicated well, and they busted their tail for each other. And then offensively, we got the job done where needed. We still got some areas we got to get, but going forward, the confidence, the level that we're playing at, it's a great time for things to start piecing together as we finish out this week.
Absolutely, and just kind of talk to me about, Rudder stepping up, going for the PK. Are you nervous in those type of situations? Are you kind of on the edge of your proverbial seat, just kind of looking and wondering, what's going to happen? Like, what's going through your mind as a coach in those type of situations when it's a one-on-one opportunity, one of your players has to step up and deliver? What are you thinking as a coach?
You better win it. You better knock it in. So I mean, the odds are in your favor to make the goal. If you it's a one-on-one, and so the keeper's got to make a 50-50 guess on which way he's going to dive. And so it's something that you practice all growing up. Every kid wants to be the one to take it, and you find the guy that's consistent. And so Rudder's been the guy that's taken pretty much most of them for us this year if we get that opportunity. And so we've practiced it in practice. We've had scenarios. We've had other guys practice it. And being a senior, he handles that situation and that pressure very well. And his career, I think he's only missed 1. Luckily, it got called back to where he got a retake, which is the first time I've ever seen that happen. So he's pretty much batting 1,000 other than the retake. And so if he misses it, then you're worried because you're like, oh my gosh, we're not going to get another chance at those because they're far and few between. And so those don't make me nervous. It's how we respond after it. Once we make the goal or once we miss the goal, how the guys respond, because you can go really high or you can go really low real quick. And so those are the areas that scare me the most.
Spoken like a true coach. I didn't expect anything less from you, Coach, but just kind of talk to me about, this week you have a big challenge going up against UTD, but it seems like you guys, like you said, everything's coming together at the right time for you. You guys look like you are ready to go and ready to close out this season strong. So talk to me about UT Dallas coming up here on Thursday. Obviously, it's going to be a tough battle for you guys, something that you definitely have to gear up for. So just kind of talk to me about expectations for that team and what you guys have to kind of prepare for.
I think looking towards this weekend, we've got distractions, a lot of distractions this week. And so, one, getting the guys dialed in and make sure that they're ready and focused on what's going to happen Thursday. As you said, we got UT Dallas coming up, number 1 seed in our conference right now. Coach under Jason, known Jason for a long time, great friend. And so we know that they're going to be ready. They're a very technical team. They move the ball well, they defend well, and they've got great numbers going forward. But we also, Thursday night's dedication night to Mr. Cornish and Mr. and Mrs. Cornish. And so we're going to have the dedication for them, for the field and all that. So that'll be an area that we take advantage of before the game, and then making sure our guys are ready for that game. That's a team that we play well. It's a tough game. It's a beautiful soccer game because you'll get to see two teams really battle it out, move the ball, attack with heavy numbers on both sides. And so our guys know that we've got to show up, we got to take care, work together, the things that we've been doing. And then going into Saturday, we've got Howard Payne for our last game of the season, senior day. So it's another distraction. You got seniors that are going to be worried about their final game at home, or mom and dad in the stands, or walking out before, and all those kinds. So there's a lot of emotions with that game. But I think the guys know that that's not our last game. And so it's our last home game maybe. It might be our last game where we're back at our field and with the crowd support that we have here. And so it's an emotional game. And so we've got a tough weekend where we can do some things to get us higher up in the conference standings, to get ourselves a good seed for the tournament. But we're looking forward this weekend for guys to say, you know what, let's focus on Thursday. Let's take care of business. Let's win today at practice. Let's win tomorrow at practice and get ready and kind of get some of those kinks out of the system from this past weekend.
So speaking of that senior day game for you guys this weekend, graduating a few very vital seniors to your program, Bryant Botello, Travis Atkinson, both guys who were great defensively for you guys, along with Rudder as well. So just kind of talk to me about what these seniors have meant to your program. You know, it's obviously going to be a tough loss, losing them to graduation, but you know, just kind of talk about what they've meant to you guys for these past several years.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 6 seniors that we're graduating on Saturday.
Ryan Hammond, who's been a 4-year player for us, been a great guy for us, just an overall great teammate. Bryant Botello, who's been our starter keeper for the last 3 years, just a leader and workhorse in the back. He's got save after save, and so he's just been a great guy for us. Brother graduated from here. He's graduated from here now. Then you've got Travis Atkinson, who'll be a senior. Luckily, he's coming back for one more year. He's still got a year of eligibility. He'll graduate, start his master's, so we still get a transition year where he gets to come back for one more year if he decides. And so as of right now, he's coming back, so hopefully that doesn't change. Having him in the back as a great leader for us and really leading that defense. And then you've got Michael Andrews, that'll be a senior graduating, who's been here for the last 3 years in the middle, has worked with Rudder. As you said, Rudder will also be graduating for us, been here for the last 3 years. Him and Mike have been pretty much together for the last 3 years, running the middle for us, really setting the standard for what our offensively we do together. And then losing Thomas. Thomas Anniford will be our other senior up top. And so Thomas is just, I mean, he's the guy that everybody loves on the team because he will give you everything he's got every single day. And so losing those 6 guys will be tough because they have helped set the standard of what ETB soccer is about every day in and day out. And so the leadership, the work ethic, and then just bringing that intensity every day. And so we got a young group of guys that have learned a lot that playing with these guys, and then they're ready. They'll step up in the spring and take over, and we'll have some new leaders step up. So that's the fun thing about college soccer and college athletics. I mean, once the guys graduate, it's time to see who's the next guy that's going to take a charge and take lead and take ownership. And so we're excited about that, but we're going to miss the seniors for sure.
Yes, sir. And my last question for you is: do you have a speech prepared for the guys? Are they expecting some tears on Saturday from Coach Crawford?
No tears. I think Thursday was a pretty emotional game for us. in the aspects. It was my birthday on Thursday, and then so Thursday after the game was over, the guys doused me in water. They actually picked me up and threw me around. I was more worried I was going to fall, and so I got a big hug from all the guys, and so that was probably one of my most favorite memories is looking back. And so come Saturday, no, there's going to be no tears. There'll be a speech. There'll always be a speech, but no tears because we know that's not our last game. Now that we've pretty much almost sealed our fate into the tournament, Thursday will just be another day where we know it won't be saying goodbye yet. We still get to hold on to that goodbye for a little bit longer.
Yes, sir. Thank you once again, Coach. And this has been the ETBU Coaches Show. We'll be back with another coach. You'll see who it is on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.